I am thinking I'm just gonna go the opposite direction of him, even though that might be obvious, just because there's like a lot more options, I think. And I think there's like some sneaky spots that you might be able to get to. I am gonna do some exploring, so I have 30 minutes, so I can kind of check out my top spot and like see if it's good. I'm thinking right now of this spot that I know that's like kind of by the hospital, and there's like some lagoons, which is a little tricky because there's like a lot of dead-end streets. And there's like a little spot where you can like go off the path just a few feet and like kind of be out of sight and hidden down by the lagoon. I'm feeling good about it. I'm gonna go to the spot, check it out.
I think she went the other way that I did. Pretty simple. That's what I would do if I were her. More going on over there. And the easiest way for me to slice the island in half, just like she did, I could sort of ask the Oakland airport question again. I'm gonna ask, is she closer or farther from the park? That's basically just right where I am.
Okay, my time is up, and he just asked the first question, which is, are you farther or closer to me to Lincoln Park than me? And I'm much further than him. So I'm gonna answer in 3 minutes, but first I'm gonna pull my cards. It was a draw 3, pick 1. Duplicate another card. One is move, which means I can discard my hand and send the hiders the location of my transit station, which gets me a minute to establish a new hiding zone. And then the third one is another duplicate. I don't really understand the move, but it does seem like a better card, and I need a few minutes to understand it, so I think I'm going to keep this one.
She did say she is farther from Lincoln Park, so she's this way. She's to the west, and I'm going to make some progress and look at my question options. So I asked for a photo of the widest street. I asked it kind of on a gut because I just wanted to get a photo. Like, I know Alameda reasonably well. We decided like basically the widest street vaguely around your hiding zone. I don't know. That's fine. I just wanted to get a picture of like the vibe.
He asked me what is the widest street, and we had to look up the rules, which took a couple minutes. So I just ended up with only like 1 minute left, and I just found Grand Street, which is the widest street. I sent a pretty ambiguous photo, so hopefully that helps me. So I'm gonna draw one right now, and I got a draw 1, expand 1. For the rest of the round, you can hold 1 additional card in your hand. I got a veto. Yay!
She sent me a photo that was quite generic of a street, but I think it will be helpful.
Okay, he's actually pretty close to me. I have no idea how he got here that fast. Like, he must be running or walking really, really fast. He's started a quarter-mile thermometer, so I'm just gonna wait till that's done and say yes or no. And unfortunately, if it's a yes, I feel like he could find me kind of soon unless I have a good hiding spot. A little bit nervous now.
I just started a thermometer because I'm in the middle of the island going west, and I'm now going south. I think that's where she is. So I'm starting a thermometer to see if she's closer, if I'm getting hotter or colder going down than going up. Should cut the island again in half.
I found a kind of good spot, actually. It's like not far from him, but I could sort of hide. I think I'm gonna stay here. I got a curse of the jammed door. I just don't think he's gonna have to go in any doors, so I don't think it's very useful. And then I got curse of the zoologist. Ooh, that's a good one. If I can find a bird. I'm gonna keep zoologist, but I don't even know if I'll be able to find one, so it might not be useful.
It's funny because I'm finding myself just like looking at the map and not looking around, but she could be anywhere. And if she does the strategy that I think is really smart, actually, you could almost just hide out on a random street corner, and I'm quite likely to just miss you. But my thermometer is actually done right about now, so I'm gonna let her know and see what the answer is. She could be, you know, in this sort of hospital area where the canals are. But if somehow the answer to my thermometer question is that I was actually getting colder, I will be truly shocked. If it's hotter, then I just know I'm generally in the right spot, I think. And it might come down to hoping I don't get cursed with something terrible and asking good photo questions, things like that, to try to get precise information. Just like that, got the closer answer. So I believe that I'm in the right zone. I'm gonna kind of look at the map and think about where she might specifically have chosen to hide. Also think I have to use my eyeballs, honestly. She could be at this hospital parking lot, which is totally publicly accessible and would be, I think, totally fair game. I just hit her with a quarter-mile radar, and I think there's a chance she's somewhere in there.
Okay, So he just asked me a 1/4 mile radar, and he's just outside of a 1/4 mile. He's like 0.3 miles away from me. I'm trying to figure out if it would be better to veto, and then he might think that he is within it, or if I say it's a miss, he might be even more confused and like go somewhere totally else. I think I'm gonna say it's a miss, because I feel like it's gonna be confusing because he got closer, but then he's still not close enough.
She told me she is not within a 1/4 mile of that pin. Maybe that was a premature radar. I don't know. What I do know is that I'm approaching an area where the grass is starting to look more like her photo. And, you know, a 1/4 mile is not all that much. So when I looked at the map and I saw what that circles, it leaves a lot. So that was probably a premature thing. I was kind of just hoping I had nailed that hospital zone. And honestly, that makes me just a little bit nervous of thinking, I gotta maybe do a little more thinking about how far she could have gotten. Like, these streets are not the streets, but the fact that my thermometer told me I was closer to her walking south, she has to be kind of somewhere below where that street is. Okay, she did veto the tallest structure. I don't know if that means anything or not. The thing that I'm now confused about is the widest street thing, because there's a lot of streets like this. I know that she probably didn't go to the literal widest street within her zone because we were both kind of confused about it. Still, she walked for a few minutes. She said she would need like 5 minutes and she took it. So she's not, how could this not be the street that's closest to her if she's anywhere down here? That makes me concerned that I've done something terribly wrong.
Okay, I realized I forgot to draw for the radar that he did, and it's a draw 2 pick 1, so I'm gonna do that now. We've got another veto. Ooh, time bonus, and it's 4 minutes. But I don't think 4 minutes is really gonna make that much of a difference, so I might keep the veto.
Starting to have a little bit of a panic. The very first question I asked about whether I was closer to Lincoln Park or not, she was like so far down to the bottom right, I would have actually been closer to it. And while I'd be shocked if she was down there, I may have really put myself in a bad position if she was.
Okay, he just asked if I'm closer or farther to the airport than him, and it's actually really hard because he's pretty close to me. He's like right across the water. I said I was farther.
That's great news. I was so worried that I had made a devastating mistake. She must be in like the zone where she has to stop moving. And I'm gonna think about what a good hiding spot would be.
Okay, so my draw 3 pick 1 is randomized question in the middle. Curse the bridge troll. That's interesting. I like that. Okay, another random one. Bonus time. 2 minutes. That's super unhelpful. I'm gonna keep curse the bridge troll. I feel like I could use that pretty easily. Okay, he asked me the tallest structure again, so I get to draw 2.
I'm really just letting the questions rip. This is not great strategy.
Time bonus 2 minutes, and randomize. Okay, so I went ahead and just sent him a photo of the house that I'm next to that is the tallest thing. I think it'll be kind of hard for him to find unless he's really nearby.
I don't see what she sent me. I know where she is now. I've made a big mistake because when she said she was closer to, I was closer to Oakland Airport than she was, took that to mean that she was farther west, but because Oakland Airport is sort of southeast, she actually, I think, was slightly, like much more in line with where I was than I realized. And in fact, just slightly north of where I asked the question. I think she's on Grand. I'm just racing to her now, no more questions.
Okay, so it's been like over 15 minutes since I've heard from Ryan. I did give him a call just to make sure I wasn't like not getting any texts or something that he was like trying to send through. But he was like, yeah, no, I'm just walking. He was like, I'm surprised you don't have any curses to use. And it's like, I do, but the bridge troll one, I have to use it when he's more than a mile away from me. And he has been like hovering at like 0.7 miles away from me for like this whole time. So I can't use it. Really annoying. And then the other curse I have is like the animal one, but I like don't see any animals. Actually, I hear a bird right now, but I don't see it. And even if I did see an animal, I feel like the area I'm in might be kind of obvious that I'm near water if I try to film. So I just am kind of like waiting. He's actually heading back towards me now, so I still can't use the bridge troll because he's just only getting closer.
Yeah, I'm feeling increasingly confident, and the more I looked at where I asked my questions, I was just interpreting them to mean more obvious things like, oh, I'm walking this way, so you're closer in this direction. But it's not so easy when you actually look at where I now think she is. It's like, well, I've gotten closer to her, but only because I almost passed her. And I am now just a little bit closer than before, but not in her direction, for example.
Okay, he continued to get closer and closer, so I found this like secret little spot in the mulch, just like right here by the water. Like there's a hedge behind me and I'm sitting, so if he walks up the street, he's not gonna be able to see me. I'm just gonna sit here and like just watch him get closer. I don't think he'd have any way of knowing I'm here unless he can see the building that I sent. So
I feel good that she's in this area. A lot of the houses have something like that. The street looks exactly like the one that she took earlier. How do I narrow down where she is around here? I don't know. I asked her a quarter mile just to be like, am I definitely here, and pay the penalty, and she vetoed that like a savage. My best bet is I'm gonna scour the map for little spirals and just zoom in and find where she could be.
he asked a quarter mile radar. I use a veto, I'm discarding that now. I can't really use anything else that I have still. The curses don't really work. I'm actually on my street right now and it's a dead end, so if he just keeps walking straight on the street, he'll find me probably. Don't know why he's not asking more questions. So like he could ask me for a selfie and it would literally be this, and I feel like that'd be like really helpful.
This has been such a tragedy. So I asked her the quarter mile, she vetoed. Then I basically asked it again. She said yes. And yet I feel no closer to finding her. And it's like every street looks the same. It's a very, very smart hiding spot. Got to give her credit for that. Okay, she said she's closer to a body of water than me, which means she must be this way. So I'm gonna look back at the map and see what that tells me.
I'm literally right in front of the water. Okay, he's super close. He's like on this street behind me. So I'm just gonna keep filming and see if he gets here.
How is that not the exact same building? But she's nowhere around. You're so smart.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, that was really
Julia,
hard.
I was never gonna find you. Julia, you were such a genius.